This is All Access MMA.
My next guest not only made his UFC debut this past weekend, he made a bit of history as well, getting a 7-second knockout over Matt Frevola at UFC 263. It's Terrance McKinney joining me here on the program. Terrance, how are you?
Doing great, man. Been on cloud nine ever since.
Yeah, I bet. I mentioned it there. Fastest UFC knockout in lightweight history, fourth fastest of all time, and I believe the fastest for a debuting fighter as well. How are you feeling today, man? In terms of a couple days later, coming off this huge win on a really big card over the weekend.
I'm doing great. Just it feels nice to finally relax. So I'm just gonna enjoy this week out here in Miami and just so I can be away from hometown because too many people know me out there. So I just want to be at peace for a couple of days.
How was the lead up to the fight in terms of, getting the call and going out there and everything like that? Like, how did you feel heading into the fight?
I felt great. Like I said, I fought like 8 days before that. So I wasn't really worried about it. I was just trying to make sure I don't really feed into the crowd once I got there.
Were you surprised that fight ended so quickly? I mean, Matt's been knocked out early on before in his career, but were you expecting 7 seconds? I know you don't get paid by the hour, but still, were you expecting 7 seconds?
I thought it was going to be I knew I could get him out there first round, but I knew he was tough and durable, so I was expecting it to be like a pretty good scrap. Like, crowd was going to be going crazy, but I knew I could hit a little bit harder than him.
It wasn't a flawless victory, and what I mean by that is, you made history, you got the win, but obviously when you did the post-fight celebration, it looked like you hurt your knee. What's the latest on the knee right now? I'm sure everyone wants to know.
Right now I'm not on the crutches anymore, and I'm walking, and I'm about to be getting an MRI on Thursday.
What happened? Did it pop? Like what? Because I know you were on the cage. Like what exactly happened from your vantage point?
Well, I was about to jump on the cage and sit on it, but I forgot. They said no more jumping on the cage. So, it was because I would think so fast, and I was just letting go. I was like, oh, I can't do that. And then, I wasn't focused on my land, and I'm pretty sure, I jagged the rod in my leg. I think I moved it a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's crazy what happened. Hopefully a speedy recovery on the knee and all that. How did you celebrate after the fight? I'm sure crutches and all, you were out there having a couple drinks, enjoying the night.
Yeah, I had a great time tonight. Just had a few drinks, and I went and ate dinner mostly just with my family.
Okay, cool. Did you? I know you got to see some of the fighters. There was Israel Adesanya. What was that like, getting to see some of the big names on the card?
It was awesome meeting the stars, and it was cool. They were humble about it, and they're letting me take pictures with them. So it was just such a great honor.
What's been the feedback from the fans since the fight? Because again, you made a big splash there. I'm sure the social media following went up. I'm sure the the response, people betting on you. What was that like?
Everyone that betted me was like, "Yes, most easiest money I ever made." So that was pretty cool. And some people messaged me saying congratulations. And man, that was freaking a dope knockout. My media went from I gained 26,000 followers this week.
That's cool. Yeah, and not surprising either. Again, it was one of the highlights of the card for sure. Did you also notice that, fighters maybe reaching out to you saying, hey, congrats? Did you have any fighters that maybe you don't know kind of say, hey, congratulations?
It was cool seeing some of the UFC fighters hit me up, Jeff Neal hit me up, Michael Johnson just hit me up, and a bunch of others. It was pretty cool, and I'm just grateful to God that I'm getting the recognition and just people finally seeing all the hard work I put out there.
And it's well earned too. Do you feel like the circumstances of this were pretty good because you had such a quick win a couple weeks ago, like you mentioned? You get the call. Frevola's already had I don't know how many opponents switch up. Do you feel like it was kind of the perfect storm of you going into the UFC in terms of getting the short notice fight and not taking much damage in the last fight?
Yeah, it was perfect. I didn't take any damage. My hand was sore already. I think I might have slightly fractured my hand. At practice, but it was nothing that's going to stop me from competing. Once the adrenaline rush starts, you really don't feel nothing.
Yeah, no, that's great. What did you think of the fights? It must have been kind of cool. I don't know if you got to see him or not, but Brandon Moreno, who's part of your management group, won the flyweight title. Did you get to talk to him, or what was it like sort of, seeing some of the other fights?
I didn't. I saw him for a second. I think I talked for a little bit. He's a very cool, humble dude, and he has good high energy like me. And honestly, he shocked the world, so that's pretty good for our management, and I want to keep the same energy for our management and bring the belt back.
I know it's fresh. We're a couple days removed, but do you have an idea of when you want to get back in there? I guess it depends on the MRI, and then you sort of go from there.
It just all depends what the MRI says, but I know if I can walk on it, it's not that bad. But I want to fight again by September or as soon as I can, depending on what the knee's like.
Any opponents you're looking at, or you just leave that up to your management, your coaches?
I'm just gonna leave that up to my team and management, but I feel like there's not anyone I really can't compete with. Like as long as I take my time and not being a psycho out there, and just be a calculated fighter, like I know I can hang with anyone in the UFC.
You mentioned being in Miami. What's the plan for the rest of the week? I'm sure you're hitting the pool. What's on the agenda?
Well, it's raining a little bit, but we're definitely gonna be hitting the pool. Just go have a few drinks and just sit back and relax and check out the beach, take some good pictures.
How long are you down there for?
Till the 19th.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's good. So you get a bit of time there to enjoy yourself. Anything you plan on doing, or is it just R&R, relaxing, taking it easy, going to the beach, or do you have anything else planned?
Nothing really. We might go to this aquarium, and it's like this flamingo place. Go check that out. We're just going to go sightsee and just look at all the stuff.
Good stuff. And then is it back to training after that, or are you going to train a bit while you're down there, or is this just purely, a vacation?
I'm definitely going to hit mitts, but nothing to where I have to, move a bunch.
Okay. That sounds good, man. Terrance, congrats on the win, man, and congrats on making some history as well. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
I want to say shout out to Irene Sports Agency, shout out to Warrior Camp, shout out to my coach Pablo, shout out to my mom Qatar Johnson, and shout out to my stepdad Tony Jones, and my brother Matthew McClure, Gabriel Finsler, Manuel McKinney, and my little sister Leilani Knistrov. And then the biggest shout out goes to God because, like I said, I wouldn't be here today without him.